What's up, guys? It's Wellington coming at you from the Comic Book Lowdown, coming at you guys with my pull week video for this week's books. Do my video now, a little bit late in the time, but still kind of on time since it's Sunday. I got 6 books to review, and I'm actually happy to say a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. All of them were really good, really enjoyable. So that is a major plus for me, and a major plus for the books that get to stay on the pull. Let me go ahead and put some light in there. Now you guys can see me. And I'll just start off right away by saying, because all the books are so good, there are books that, have to be put first to review, because as you are probably familiar with, I review my books from least liked in some cases to pick of the week. In this case, least liked is, a very loose term. But anyways, we'll just get into it with the first book, Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 2. Now, if this book is the first book to go, then you know that this was a pretty good week. The reason this book is early is because there's a lot that happens, but a lot that does not happen. A lot that is set up to happen. Pretty much, last issue, Peter Parker and Norman Osborn revealed to be alive. In this issue, we're kind of coming with the aftermath of, or not the aftermath, but we're continuing exploring how Peter Parker is back, and he's not giving us any answers. He's actually kind of mad at Miles and very demanding. And it's not kind of Peter Parker that we are familiar with, and that he's not himself, but he kind of is himself. So we find Miles struggling with whether this is a clone of Peter Parker trying to retake the Spider-Man mantle, or whether this is the real Peter Parker and who is actually alive. He's struggling with that, and then he's struggling with whether to tell Katie Bishop that he is Spider-Man. So this whole book, again, Bendis has a great way of putting dialogue into a book. So that's what carries this book, is the fantastic dialogue. But story-wise, doesn't progress entirely. So, but Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 2, Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 2. Great book, and of course I'm going to keep on it. The next book is Green Arrow 32. This book definitely spiked my interest in Green Arrow again. Now we got kind of, last issue we started showing that Billy Talkman betrayed Diggle and things like that, to the point where now they, Talkman, but more so Red Dragon and the Count Vertigo, they're kind of on this mission to pretty much take over Seattle and take over Green Arrow and Diggle, and kind of show them up and things like that. And we get a lot of good backstory for Diggle in this issue, and just the action and the way things play out is what I want to start seeing from the Green Arrow book. Also, there's more enemies for Green Arrow to fight as soon as he gets back from this whole Outsiders War, and just a lot of good things that are showing to be going in a positive direction for this book, that I wanted to see, that I wasn't getting it from the Outsiders War. And I'm decided to keep on reading this. I'll keep it on my pull for a bit longer, and hopefully it continues a progressive positive trend. The next book that was also more impressing than Green Arrow was actually, and this is New Warriors issue number 5. This was the make it or break it issue for me with this book as well, and it didn't disappoint at all. And it's really kind of a more of a simple story of the New Warriors. They got one team of Sun Girl, Speed Demon, Araceli, and the guy with the horn, the Inhuman guy, can't remember his name. They're all on one team, kind of exploring, saving people from some weird happenings at this mountain, which is being investigated by Justice, Water Snake, and Scarlet Spider. And so again, there's two sides of them, and the side with Scarlet Spider and all those people, they're going through all this fighting and action, and getting beaten up and beating other people up and things like that. And it's really intense because they're not really meshing with one another. Meanwhile, some of really all of them are kind of getting these, like, I want to say hallucinations, but maybe not hallucinations, really kind of they're seeing things that are like kind of evil and supernatural, and we don't know what it is yet, but it's looking pretty crazy. The reason it's hard to explain is because they show you through the art rather than the dialogue, and we also start to explore some troubled pasts with characters, especially with Speed Demon. He's revealed to be someone like who is very dark on the inside in this book. Even though he puts on this like funny persona, he's really troubled on the inside. And so this book definitely spiked my interest in learning more about these characters as we go on, and I'll be sticking with this one as well. Next book is Moon Knight issue number 6. I heard Warren Ellis and the rest of the creative team, like Declan Chauvin, Jordi Belair, they'll be leaving in 2 issues, which sucks. I love the art in this book. I wish they weren't leaving. The writing is pretty solid as well, although we still don't have a story arc that has started, which, it's nice to have these one and off issues of just straight detective stories that have a beginning and an end in the issue, but also I'd like to see arcs. So maybe the next writer or writers will do arcs and this, so kind of do both. I don't know, but this issue had a lot more dialogue than the other issues have. This one, we find a kind of researcher by the name of Dr. Skeleton coming to Moon Knight with a request that he kind of that Moon Knight give him some information from another doctor. It just kind of like, in a nutshell, Dr. Skeleton wants Moon Knight to tell him some secrets about some research that was done on sleep and dreams. And to make a long explanation short, Moon Knight decides to investigate this guy's facility of research and put himself in these dreams, because all his patients, all of Dr. Skeleton's patients, have been having the same dream that have been making them go crazy. All of the patients had the same dream, same exact dream, made them go crazy. Now they're all in like hospitals. So Moon Knight went ahead and put himself in the dreamscape by sleeping in the same area where all the patients were. And then the book gets really weird in the dream world, and the discovery at the end of the book is really disturbing. And again, just a nice detective story with Moon Knight in it, and good resolution it's quick, and it's fun. So, Moon Knight issue number 4. Moon Knight's been a really good book so far. I'm really sad that the art team is leaving, because the art is some of my favorite part of the book. 2 books left, and the next one is Superior Foes of Spider-Man issue number 12. This book finally continues a story that they kind of left for the past 2 or 3 issues. So for 2 or 3 months, the story hadn't continued. What with Hydro Man discovering Shocker has the head of Silverman, and Beetle and Overdrive kind of discovering that Boomerang deceived them and kind of tricked them into, or really try to kill them so Boomerang could get his hands on his own prize, which was the painting of Dr. Doom without his mask. Whole big thing, and they allude to the fact that they said it seems like they've been standing there for a long time, alluding to the fact that the continuation of this story hasn't happened for a long time. It was overdue, which is funny. This book is all funny in this book, but the story is really cool as well. You know, the Owl believes the story that Chameleon impersonated Boomerang to frame Boomerang into having the Owl think that it was Boomerang who stole the painting, where really it was Chameleon. But we all know that it was actually Boomerang, and Boomerang is tricking the Owl, and it works. And just a whole bunch of nonsense starts to happen. The Owl gets Boomerang and Beetle and Overdrive and Speed Demon together, and along with another 11 guys to make the Sinister 16, and they kind of bust up in Chameleon's compound, and just a lot of fun starts to ensue. And this is just a great book. You just got to read it for yourself to understand how fun this book is, really. So, Superior Foes of Spider-Man issue number 12. Start getting the trades, because the issues are getting hard to find. But the final book and my pick of the week is Original Sin issue number 3. This book was incredible. It turns out that the person that I believe to be the murderer of the Watcher, who was the Orb, which is the guy with the eyeball head, turns out he was not the murderer. The murderer is still unknown, but somehow the Orb has one of the eyes of the Watcher. And in the last issue, the eye exposed, or was that this issue? No, it was this issue. The eye exposed everybody to its knowledge, everybody to everybody's sins, and so now Hulk wants to, smash Iron Man, and people like heroes want to fight heroes all of a sudden, and other heroes are disappearing because of whatever things they need to handle, and there's a bunch of craziness going on. Meanwhile, Moon Knight and Winter Soldier and Gamora are on the trail, and they find another character that had been killed, a very larger than life character, in the literal sense, had been killed by this murderer using gamma bullets. And revelations are made to make, again, a long story short, revelations are made, and a really important character in this book kind of gets handled a little bit at the end of this, and by another character, and it's nothing pretty, and it's actually very shocking, and everybody would love this book. Original Sin issue number 3, very impressive. Original Sin has just been knocking it out of the park, and I can't recommend this book enough to anybody. I know it's a Marvel event, and people still have a bad taste in the mouth about Marvel events from Age of Ultron, but you know, this event is in great hands. I should make a video explaining what happened with Age of Ultron, because there's actually a story behind why it was kind of bad, and I've explained it before, but I might make a video dedicated to it if I haven't already. I don't remember. But anyways, that's all the books. I'm Wellington signing off for the Comic Book Lowdown. See you guys next time.